Bună dimineața și bun găsit la BU. Sunt Sabina Iosub și vă invit să rămâneți alături de mine în următoarea jumătate de oră. O să discutăm lucruri extrem de importante cu un invitat special. Vera Jourova is today here with me. Thank you so much for your presence.
Bună dimineața, mulțumesc.
Thank you. You are Vice President of the European Commission and you are visiting Romania today and I know that you've focused on different topics. We will discuss them step by step. I will start with the discussions that you've had with the Romanian President and also the Romanian Prime Minister on the situation actually in the world, because we are seeing now two wars, one in Israel and one here very close to Romania in Ukraine. What was the main focus of your discussions?
Yes, indeed. I had an honor to speak to Mr. President and Mr. Prime Minister about geopolitics, but also internal matters in our member states and specific Romanian issues. Of course, what could we say? The geopolitical situation has worsened incredibly since I was last time here. I think that we are now living a new kind of reality, and I thank to the President and Prime Minister for a very steady position and very stable support for Ukraine. And it's very important that Romanian voice is heard in at the meetings and negotiations of how to support Ukraine, and also as a reaction on the horrible terrorist attack of Hamas against Israel and the right of Israel to defend its country, its people, of course according to the international humanitarian laws. So I received reconfirmation of very steady position and I thanked for that.
I know that the European Union is trying to do a lot in terms of humanitarian crisis in Israel and has done a lot when we are discussing about the war in Ukraine. What should we put more as a help for those two countries?
The situation seems to be similar, but the countries, according to their own representatives, need different things. Ukraine definitely needs more weapons on time to be used against the aggressor, which is attacking them on their territory. And at the same time, Ukraine needs money to keep running the state. And this is what the EU is providing. With the weapons, it's always with some delay, but of course it's also it's based on the availability of the weapons in the hands of different member states. For Israel, what we heard from the ambassador of Israel, who visited the College of Commissioners 2 weeks ago, he said, "I don't need your money. I don't need your humanitarian aid for Israel. I don't need your weapons. I need very strong support, moral support." And this is what Ursula von der Leyen and we all try to provide, because Israel was under horrible attack. We saw horrible images, murdered children, absolute barbarian kind of behavior. In my view, this is the new chapter of Holocaust. And it doesn't matter that it's not on EU territory. We might see such things also in the EU, because we see that the violence against Jews is increasing. So for Israel, it's the political support, strong voice, defending the right of Israel to defend.
Also, it is very important to look exactly at the information that is coming from that area in terms of fake news, in terms of disinformation. A huge problem at the global level, but we are discussing now how can we tackle it at the European level.
It's an old cliche which says that the first victim of every war is the truth. And we saw it very clearly in the Russian war against Ukraine. Of course, the impact of Russian propaganda is huge, not only in the EU, but they are trying to influence the public opinion in Africa, Latin America, Middle East. Speaking about pro-Kremlin war propaganda, it's the multi-million euro weapon in their hands. Similar thing with Hamas versus Israel. Also, there is a lot of narratives produced by Hamas to stop the support of Israel. The goals are obvious. What to do in Europe? We have a plan which we are implementing. This is not just something on the paper. We have an agreement with the digital platforms that they should hire the fact-checkers and work with professional journalists to provide the users with the facts. Because for us, this information is verifiable lie. We speak about facts, we don't speak about opinions. And that's why we have such agreement with the platforms. We now also have the law, which is called Digital Services Act, which imposes obligation on the digital platforms to pay more attention to the content. And not only on disinformation, but on illegal content, which is very relevant in these days. What is illegal content? Yes, first of all, child pornography and these horrible things relating to children, but violent extremism, anti-Semitism, all the hate speech you can imagine against minorities. We have also the rules regarding terrorist content, which has to be removed in 1 hour after the platforms detect it. So we have rules in the EU, and we have the platforms which have to do their job. So I don't have data to compare whether without all that, what I'm describing to you, whether we would already have pogroms against Jews in real life. Probably yes. But we have to invest a lot of efforts now to keep the internet as the space which is free from the crime, because all that illegal content, it's crime.